Hello and welcome to an exciting edition of the Get Growing Weekly Work Session with GetOiling. I'm Coach Ashley, joined today by founder of GetOiling, Greg Kilwine. Hey, Greg.
Hello, everyone. Super glad you're here today.
We're also really excited that Julie is with us today. Hey, Julie, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Greg missed the memo on Hat Day. All right, welcome you guys. We're really excited to have you here today because we have what in my view is probably one of the most exciting updates that we have ever made to our system, like ever. And you're going to see why here in just a bit. Greg put together something that is absolutely extraordinary. I don't know if you've ever been in a position where you have come up with an idea and then you just fell down a rabbit hole. I feel like this was one of those things, and what came out of it is just extraordinary. Basically, what you have the ability to do now with your GetOiling system is to show up as yourself, or as, there's a buddy that you have that can work on your behalf, be present on your website, be present with your customers, with your members, with your team, with clients, if you work with clients, 24/7. And to help handle some of the things that you don't really need to be present to handle, like questions or maybe even quizzing, if you like to quiz, if you have courses or want to use quizzes as a lead magnet, all kinds of incredible things that you don't need to be present for, but then that can be handled for you. There is now an interactive AI tool that you can use practically anywhere so that you are able to handle those things, collect information, collect contact information, and move people toward the answers that they're looking for. So we're going to get into a broad level overview of this awesome new feature here today. This is not going to be crazy in depth with everything that you can do, though I am going to show you something wild that I had a little rabbit hole moment with this morning that I think you guys are going to love. And then in the coming weeks, just expect that we're going to be spending some more time really exploring use cases for this incredible tool. So without further ado, we're going to hop out of video and get into some slides that I've prepared for you to kind of break down what this is and give you a little bit of a starting point and idea for where we might be able to go with this. So we call this custom GPTs or quizzes in GetOiling, and it's kind of hard to come up with a name for this thing because of their just sheer volume of this of what it can do. I'm actually kind of struggling to think of what it can't. It's really cool. This is something that can stand in for lead magnets. If you're offering funnels, it's again a way to support and provide interactive options for customers, for leads, for team, and you can train it however you want. And for real, stick around, because at the end of this call, when I'm done showing you all of this stuff, I'm going to show you how I trained one of these on the Young Living product catalog, compliance, loyalty rewards, and gift with purchase, so that you could plug something like this into a member area and be present 24/7 to serve your customers without being there. And it can hand off to you if they want to talk to you. So if that sounds wild and crazy and amazing, and you'd like that to be working for you and your business, yes, Renee, I did just get that done in the last hour. It's not totally done, but it's close. I came up with this idea on a momentum call here just a little while ago. Anyway, so let's get into this, you guys. It's really exciting stuff. So custom GPTs and GetOiling. And thank you, Greg, by the way. Flowers and applause for Greg for building this. You guys are going to see why. All right, so there's so much it can do. Let's go ahead and get into the big picture here. So what we're going to talk about here are what this feature does, right? What this is, and why it's different from chatbots that have maybe provided irritation for you in the past, right? If I told you, would you like a chatbot for your website? Your first reaction is probably skepticism, because we've probably all interacted with a chatbot that we really didn't like. And typically when we're interacting with a chatbot, the reason why we're frustrated with it first is because what we really want is to be able to communicate with a human, right? And so really importantly, my recommendation to you is not to have anyone try to believe that this is anything other than a tool you've created that you're sharing that can hand off to you if needed. But the irritation with a lot of the chatbots that we deal with are that they're very generic. They treat us like a number. And they also assume that we're idiots that don't know that we're talking to AI, right? This is different. You have the ability to actually train this to work the way that you want it to. And the idea here is not to be a true stand-in for you, but to be an intermediary to help people get answers immediately, so they don't have to wait until you're available. But if they do want you, there is an opportunity for them to reach you, right? I'm going to show you all the different places you can put this thing: public pages on your website, booking pages, member areas, course lessons, so much more, even third-party websites you can add this to. You can learn how conversations connect to your contacts, your automations, follow-up plans automatically. If you wanted to quiz someone, then maybe they fall into 5 different buckets after the quiz. You can send them in one of those 5 different directions, right? This is powered to do that. And what I want you to be able to walk away with today is excitement first and a clear picture of how this could fit into your specific business. And of course, as always, we've got live help and Q&A. So if you have questions, please do go ahead and add those to the Q&A here on the live call. If you need support with anything, even if it has nothing to do with this topic, please feel free. Get into the Q&A. Julie and Greg are both here and can help you with those. And of course, we could demo later on the call if there's something that you want to look at. If you're watching this as a replay, go to getoiling.com/weekly work session. Come and join us on an upcoming live call. It's a great opportunity to connect with community and be the first to see and learn how to use these cool features that Greg creates. If you would like to work together on a call like this, we do reserve space here to work together. GetOiling.com/website review is where you want to go to sign up and reserve dedicated space on an upcoming call. And if you would like help outside of this call with a real live person, that's also an option. Pam hosts calls as well. Go to getoiling.com/live help to hop on that calendar and get help in a small group. And if you'd like to hand off your projects entirely, getoiling.com/concierge is where you want to go to meet our team, to get on a free call, to explore the possibilities for your project and get a quote. All right, so let's talk about the value of putting this interactive tool really anywhere on your website. If we start by understanding that our website is a one-way street, people go to a place and they just see what's there, right? So your site says the same thing to everyone who visits. There's nothing really personalized there for the person who's showing up needing something specific, right? So the curious newcomer and the person who's ready to book with you or buy product, they see the same stuff, right? And visitors who leave with unanswered questions usually stay gone, right? If somebody tries something and they fail at it, it's a little hard to get them to come back, right? So this is sort of a historical issue with a website, right? Like we can't help every single person completely, but that is no longer the case, right? So this is not the chatbot that you're thinking of. This is not a scripted pop-up that offers to help and then doesn't, right? It's trained on your voice, your content, and your audience's actual questions, and you get to decide what it asks, how it responds, and what happens next, right? You really get to choose exactly how this works. This is not cookie cutter. So what makes this useful is that this can have a real back and forth, right? It's not just a menu of options for them to navigate, right? This really does provide an expansive opportunity for exploration, right? And it collects context, not just a name and email. So whatever the exchange is that a contact has with this, it will go into a contact card for your use in the future. If you want to use something like this for a new client intake, right? You can gather all of their information in a back and forth instead of having them try to fill out and type out a lengthy form. They can select some multiple choice. They can get some clarifying questions and answers there. And of course, all of this becomes something that is documented and kept for you to review later. And it also connects to the rest of your business automatically. So if you wanted to use this on the front-facing part of your website, then people could arrive who are leads and you could provide them with options, right? So, hey, what are you looking to do today? I want to learn about this, or I am an X or a Y, right? And they pick that, and then it helps to branch them into the different directions that you would like for them to go, right? It's really, really cool. So where can we put this? Short answer, basically everywhere. Publicly facing website pages, landing pages, booking and sales pages in your member area, right? Or if you have a private vault where you serve customers, this can also be embedded inside your classes in a course, right? In a lesson in your course. So if you want to quiz your students, you could use this for that as well. You could also use this as a standalone lead magnet experience or a potential call intake, right? So if you want to get qualifying information before someone is able to book with you, this is a great way to do it. If you want to offer a quiz as a way to capture leads on your website, you can do that as well. And based on the outcomes of that quiz, we can send them in whatever direction you want. So a unique campaign or tag or automation can be applied. And so this one feature can be put in many, many different places. And that includes, if you wanted to embed this on another website entirely, provided that's something that you have. I know that's more of a unique case. That is something that you can do. Now, on our public pages, visitors can start a conversation instead of just reading and leaving. The assistant can help them self-identify what they're looking for and guide them toward the content or the offer that fits their situation. If you are offering booking, a page that offers your calendar, for instance, or on a sales page, you can help people who are close to making a decision have one specific question holding them back. You can answer that for them here, right? The assistant can respond to their hesitations, clear the path toward booking or purchasing, right? It's available when you aren't. Now, in your member area, this is where this gets crazy exciting, particularly for serving our customers. We can basically provide answers to questions that they won't always ask you directly, right? It gives them an immediate place that they could go and ask a question, knowing that maybe they don't bug you at 9 p.m. and that's awesome, right? If they have that forethought. But this actually creates a place. This is a thing that they can bug this thing at 2 a.m. and it's fine, right? So your customers are going to be able to have a place to go and look for what they want, maybe to ask the question as they see it, right? Because they may not know what they don't know and they don't know what to ask, right? And so this can help make that translation work, right? And so this is an assistant that can answer things like how-tos, what's next, and where to find stuff. And it can flag questions that need your personal attention, right? There's always a potential here to have an off-ramp into a conversation with you directly, right? So it's not supposed to replace you wholly, but it is designed to create a way for people to be able to get what they're looking for, especially when it's the little stuff that would take up all of your time, but that just takes a couple of seconds if they have access to it. Inside of a course or lesson, you can use this as a check-in, a reflection prompt, or even a knowledge review, right? To quiz them on content. Your students can engage with material in an active way here instead of just watching passively. Maybe in order to proceed to the next lesson, they have to answer 3 questions correctly. Keep them from Netflixing your content. I love this. We can gate or guide progress based on responses, right? So maybe they didn't understand something. Maybe you offer certification in a methodology, right? This provides a pathway for you to be able to truly assess and understand that someone is actually understanding what you are teaching, right? Another one, and I love this, is as a lead magnet. Right? Typically, what we are used to engaging with when we come across lead magnets on the internet are static pages that have a form embedded or as a pop-up that asks for your name and email, and it's just got the flat information on the page. And that's fine. These are still very effective. But the proposition here of being able to engage a conversation and get questions answered so that they actually give you their name and email, this is such a huge game changer, right? So this replaces that static download with a short and useful conversation. Your visitor gets something genuinely helpful, including, giving you their name and email, albeit not in a form, just directly in a chat. And you get that meaningful context about what they actually need, helping you to create a better path toward closing that lead as a customer. Now, after the conversation takes place with this bot, we are applying tags to this contact based on what they share. We are perhaps triggering a campaign, right? So we're applying an automated series of messages that's tailored to their situation. We could redirect them from that conversation right to the next step. So that might be to a page on your website. That might be to the Young Living sign-up page. It might be to book a call with you, right? Different options there. And you can also create a follow-up task, so a follow-up plan for yourself so that you remember to reach out to them personally. So these automations can be applied for different outcomes. We'll look at that here in just a moment. That can get you to take action where needed. And again, at the end of the day, this conversation feeds our contact manager. Every record here is going to it's going to move over into that contacts file, right? So if that person had questions and you want to review what those were before your next call with them, you can see that there, right? Or if a customer is searching for an answer, you can see what they were looking for before you help them directly. And the best part, you guys, typically, if you wanted something like this for your website, you would need to go buy it from another third-party platform. You'd have to learn to use it. And then you'd have to go through the trouble of trying to plug it up, which has its own cost and another subscription, to get it connected to your website, to your email, to your contact records and everything else. So with GetOiling, it's all in one place, right? The standalone chatbot requires integrations, right, to connect to anything in your business. And each connection is one more thing that you've got to build and test and maintain. Like if you were to try to do this anywhere else, you would need to hire someone. I would need to hire someone. It would just be too much. It would be expensive to boot, right? And with GetOiling, this is built inside the same system as your contacts, your campaigns, your automations. This is just another thing in our system that you can choose to use. And when you do, it plugs in beautifully because it's made to work with all of these different features it plugs into. No Zapier, no extra accounts, no hoping it all stays connected, right? So let's go see this in action. Now, where I want to point your attention to first, before I go show you this really crazy cool thing that I created, let me actually get out of this account. Or actually, no, let me show you what one of these things might look like in action. So I'm going to move out of these additional pages. I just realized that the Young Living product catalog doesn't have balance and burn in it, and I wanted to use this and I needed to go add it. So let me go over here to view this live. And this is an example of what this could look like if I'm starting fresh. All right, so my Young Living cart and rewards helper, I created this chatbot to put into a customer serving vault in GetOiling, right? So right now you're just seeing it on its own page, but it could live inside of a vault. And so what I am starting with today is how can I help? And I've got some starting points here. I could also type something. I could learn about a product, learn about the gifts with purchase this month, recommend a product to round out my PV, learn about loyalty rewards, but there's so much more here. This particular bot, I trained on the Young Living product catalog, on compliance rules, and on loyalty rewards and gift with purchase. Of course, all of this is for the US English speaking market. You would have to go through the same kind of rigmarole that I just did using a bunch of AI to build out the tools to feed something like this. But I just want to show you something that, just an example of what's possible with this. So I want to say, what are the gifts with purchase this month? And it's going to give me a response. Now, it isn't going to tell me the products literally, and that's okay. But what it is going to do, it is going to give me the correct link to go and look at them myself, right? So it does say, I want to make sure you get the most accurate and up-to-date information. So perfect. Here we go. This is going to go to the gift with purchase page. Here we are for February, right? Now it says, have you already started building a cart this month, or are you starting from scratch and want help hitting a specific GWP tier with products you'll already use? I'm going to tell it I have balance and burn in my cart already. So let's see what it asks me. All right. Oh, yeah, it actually doesn't have that in here. So I need to update my, here, let me type this in. The knowledge base that I built this morning, because like I mentioned, the Young Living product catalog, if you download it right now, does not have balance and burn products in it. So this is something that I need to update on the back end. So this is the PV. And let's let it, there we go. We're sitting at 108 PV. We've already hit the first tier, which is correct. Do you know what the next tier is that you're trying to reach? So I'm going to say, I'd like to max out rewards this month, because if I go back here, maxing out rewards this month means I'm getting Boswellia firming cream, I'm getting Gentle Baby, I'm getting patchouli, and I'm getting Blue Tansy. Love this one. So I want to be able to get all of those. Let's come back over to my cart helper. It thinks I'm Jackie. If you're here, hi. I don't know why it thinks it's you. All right. So we need about 192 PV to go. To help me point toward the right products, let me ask, what are you running low on or needing to restock? Or are you open to discovering new favorites? I'm open to new products. I am low on lavender and could add that. So let's see what it says. Isn't this crazy? It's actually just back and forth with me. So if you want to have maybe and look, the thing that I trained this on, the knowledge base, it did take me a lot to be able to build out a full document that had all of Young Living's for this market, products, PV, etc. But let's see what it's saying. To help me suggest the new products, what are you most interested in supporting? Ooh, I love these. How about sleep and wind down routine? Oh, this is so cool. Okay. Do I have any scent preferences? No preference. Surprise me. How about that? So it's helping me build a cart so that I can reach my goal of 300 PV. I've trained it with a document that includes all Young Living products and their corresponding PVs. All right, 152, we need to max it out. So I'm going to add, oh, this is so cool. And it even offered a PV topper. Look at that. Isn't that great? All right, this is perfect. Okay. So now it's giving me everything I need to go add to my cart, right? So this would be a great thing to put in front of a customer. You don't need to be on the call for it necessarily. Obviously, if they want to be able to move this off to someone else, you can. Let me show you how you can get started with this from scratch. So I am going to head over here to log into Jane's account. And we're going to go down here to the content library, to my GPTs and quizzes. This is our starting point. All right, so I can click Create GPT. And this is actually this interface. We can just tell it what we want, right? So we can say, I want to help people find the right products for their needs. I want to set up a knowledge base, consult with customers to guide them to the right offer, answer questions or quiz students, offer a quiz to get leads on my website. I think I want to do that. Let's try this one. And it'll actually walk me through everything that's needed. Just, full disclosure, how I went about setting up that very comprehensive one that you just saw required me using a lot of third-party AI on the back end to develop really massive libraries of information for this thing to reference, right? So this would be a simpler path to getting things done. So what is our quiz about? How about we do a scent style quiz? I want to use a scent style quiz that's going to help them choose essential oils that they could put into their diffuser, or maybe choose a maybe a perfume, right, from Wild Notes. That might be a great recommendation for them. We're going to select, in this case, it will be in English. Okay, yep, I selected English, and it's just going to go back and forth with me here. So the goal of the quiz is to collect leads and expose them to products and to the opportunity to book a scent. What will I call this? This is going to be like a consult. Let's see. Isn't that language selection cool? That's right, Cornelia. To book a scent discovery call, personalized scent discovery call. I need a more clever name for this. Let's see. So that's the goal of the quiz. So basically what I want to do is I want people to arrive to my website and I want them to see that there is a fun opportunity for them to answer a few questions and get a scent profile, right? And then from that scent profile, I'll make recommendations. If they would like a personalized consult, I offer one for free, and I sign those folks up for Young Living to get product. Make sense? Let me know in the chat if that makes sense. So I'm going to share that here. The goal of the quiz is to collect leads, expose them to, I'm going to say Young Living and Wild Notes products, and the opportunity to book a personalized scent discovery call with me, where I will then set up their order. All right, so let's go ahead and tell that. Yes, that's right. Greg just mentioned in the chat with that example that I was showing you with my cart and rewards helper, that PV builder. One of the options that I actually have set up in that on the back end is if the AI isn't answering a question effectively, maybe after the second attempt, it's going to offer to connect with me directly, right? Or if they say, I just want to talk to Ashley, right? Or, obviously if this is you, they want to talk to you, then it can go ahead and ping you in, which if you're available to chat right away, you would be able to engage directly. And of course, if you're not, then it will be notifying you and you'll be getting back to them soon. All right, so here we go. Scent session. Perfect. That's what we're going to use. I love how it's giving me these options. Oh, I do like that scent story. What should the tone be? That's going to be fun and playful. And yes, this can absolutely, yeah, you can, well, it's not going to move to your text. Actually, if you go, if you look over here, um, right here under contacts, there's GPT chats. So if someone has started a GPT chat, maybe if the bot is moving right now, you can see it. If you are chatting live with someone who started their conversation with the GPT, this is actually a new place in your contacts menu. So it's not actually in your chat feature up here. It's right here under contacts because it is a slightly different thing that we're working with. All right, fun and playful. Now let's talk about the quiz itself. How many questions should it have? Shorter quizzes tend to get more completions. Let's do 5. Yes, you will get notified, and you can actually choose in your configurations, I think, in the rest of the setup, which we'll review here in just a moment. You can choose how it notifies you, so you can get straight to it. All right, 5 questions it is. Now, what type of question should the quiz use? Multiple choice, pick one correct, multiple choice, pick many, free-form text, or a mix of different types. Let's go for a mix, because I feel like if it was just multiple choice, it would feel a little too restrictive and less interactive. So let's truly let this be a bot where this is concerned. So Donna, this is the first tutorial. You're here for it. Here we go. Before we build the questions, I need to understand the scent and profile results. What are the possible outcomes? For example, you might have categories like fresh and clean, warm and cozy, bold and exotic, floral and romantic. I think that's perfect. What scent categories do you want the quiz to sort people into? And do you have specific Young Living or Wild Notes products that map to each category? Okay. I'm not sure yet. I like the above, but need your help connecting products to those outcomes. I totally get it, Donna Marie. This is recorded. And believe me, we'll be doing more of these specific tutorials for specific outcomes. So what I wanted to kind of show you here today is what you could do today, right? So you could go and just kind of play around with this, see what it comes up with, and then see how you like it, right? And have your friends try it. And we'll be getting into more dialed in, advanced, and further configurations and placements of stuff like this on future calls. All right, so here's our profiles. Okay, so it is actually not recognizing Wild Notes products. So let's go to the shop here. And let's see. Yeah, what I would probably do, because I don't really have time to do this today, is I would go into each of this, timeless floral, white light, sweet decadent, smoky ember, rugged, all of these, I would copy their information and I would plug it in here, right? So I would gather that information and paste it in. Let's see. Let's leave Wild Notes out for now, since I don't have information to add. I will come back and add it later, right? Perfect. Okay. I don't like the word exotic. Use something else. There we go. This is really cute. I love this. Let's see. What would that work with? Patchouli, frankincense, thieves, highest potential. Let's say bold and spicy. Okay, so there's our scent profiles. Question 1 of 5. Since we're going to use a mix, each one individually, let's do a multiple choice pick one first. And I'm going to ask it to come up with that for me. It's Saturday morning. What's your ideal vibe? Oh, perfect. Or pick your vacation destination. Vacation. Let's let it select that one for us. I love, it's just giving me what, like, you see how I did not come prepared, and this is turning into something really awesome. All right, I love these. These are perfect. Let's go ahead and select that, and we can move through the rest of these questions. This is so exciting. Let's go ahead and make this one a multiple choice as well. It's going to be faster, I think, just to choose multiple choice here. Let's go for a comfort drink is perfect. Excellent. That's right. Yeah. All you have to do is you go to your content library and you go to My GPTs and quizzes and you just start chatting with this thing. Now, if you are a bit more advanced, if you say pay for a third-party AI service, as I do, because I do a lot of content generation, what I did to create my this gift with purchase bot that I was using and demonstrating to you guys earlier, I actually went into one of my projects and asked it. I told it I am creating a custom GPT chatbot for my website. I told it who it's for, what it's supposed to do, and I basically asked it to give me a prompt. Right. So there are two paths here. You can have this whole back and forth, or you can give it the full prompt. It'll ask you a couple of clarifying questions. You can go in and add a knowledge base under the configure tool, and you're off to the races. That's how I was able to create that within an hour today. All right, question 3. Let's say, yeah, what's a smell that instantly ... Yeah, perfect. Let's use that one. And you guys feel free to ask questions as they come up for you. I think we got a couple here in the Q&A. Isn't this so cool? Using this for existing customers along the lines of what I shared with you guys at the outset, with the maybe something that helps them to learn more about loyalty rewards, or at least something that is engaging them toward maxing out their PV and the gift with purchase options and their loyalty rewards. All right, what's a smell that instantly makes you feel good? Since this is free form, GPT will analyze their answer and map the closest scent profile. That's great. All right, question 4. Let's make this a multiple choice. Isn't this cool? Oh my goodness, I'm so excited to see this. All right, some fun ideas. Pick a playlist vibe for a road trip. What's your ideal Friday night? And choose the fabric that speaks to you. I'm going to say fabric. We're almost done with creating this. One of the things that if you are going to create something like this as a lead magnet, know that it's going to be important for you to create a campaign based on these outcomes, right, for each of them, right? Because we've got these, what are these, 4 different: fresh and clean, warm and cozy, bold and spicy, floral and romantic. So you will want to build a campaign for each of these outcomes. And maybe a tag as well. You'll be creating and adding there too, because what you want to be able to do is after somebody fills this out, we're going to be getting their name and their email, and then we want to be dripping out, scent inspirations, diffuser recipes, and then recommending products. Right? Isn't that fun? Now, question 5. Let's go ahead and make this one free form. All right, in 3 words, how do you want people to feel when they're around you? Ooh, I like that. Perfect. Let's do that one. All right, this is almost done. So what I might do here is, once I've got this completed, I'm going to test something here. I'm kind of excited about this. I actually haven't played around with it to this extent. I hope that this is really opening up some potential for you guys to kind of consider what you could do. And I hope that you see how easy this is, because even if you are kind of unclear about what you want to do, it is going to help you build clarity and create the thing for you. Because you see all these other tabs, it's going to fill a lot of this stuff out for you based on what you're doing right here. So you don't really have to take a ton of steps. One thing though, again, really important that you are going to want to do for something like this, like I mentioned, is to build out what the further interaction looks like if this is going to be used as a lead magnet, right? So what I would do in that case, I'm going to go ahead and apply. This is perfect. Apply this configuration. I do want it to help me set up actions. I will need to create campaigns for each of these results. can you provide me a prompt that will help me create one campaign for each result we have defined here? Hopefully it'll do that. We will see. And then what I'd be able to do is come back here, for instance, for fresh and clean, is to start sending a campaign, right? So let's see. I need one prompt per campaign. Isn't this wild? All right, so you could even ask it for something like this that you can then go and take. And let me go ahead and get out of these. I'm going to move into another tab for GetOiling into campaigns, and we'll use the AI campaign builder. We'll go to add campaign creator tool, and we can get started with the first one. All right, so campaign one, fresh and clean. Perfect. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to ask it to create my campaign messages. And I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that for the rest of them. And that way I have campaigns to connect to my outcomes. Isn't that wild? All right, so fresh and clean scent discovery journey. Now, what I would need to do here is maybe go into Young Living and use our leaf link and actually create clickable Young Living links for all of these products. Of course, here we go, book a free scent session with me. Hopefully this goes to, this goes to our wellness consult. That's good. So it can send us off to book. That's great. So this is all built out. Perfect. I'm going to create the campaign. And so this is a fresh and clean scent discovery journey. This is the warm and cozy scent discovery journey. I'll create that one too. Again, you would need to go back, go into each of these and make sure that you are linking your Young Living link to these products, right? Use the leaf link right here. Use this leaf link, paste in the Young Living link that it provides you from your market. It will, what this leaf tool does is it will pop in your Young Living sponsor and enroller information, making these links that will make those people your customers who choose to buy. All right. So I can repeat this for the rest of them. I'm going to go over here to outcomes, fresh and clean. I'm going to edit here and I'm going to start sending campaign. There's my fresh and clean scent discovery journey. Right. I am going to save this outcome and I'm going to go add that warm and cozy one. This is pretty cool, right? So start sending campaign, warm and cozy. I could add other actions here as well. So again, if somebody gets this result on the quiz, where do I want to send them? Maybe I have a specific page that I want to send them to. Maybe that has a wish list linked from Young Living, right? A lot of different options that we can pursue here. Of course, we do want to always be offering a discovery call. I'm going to save that outcome here. I'm going to go ahead and click Save GPT and let's just give this thing a test run. All right, so hey there, scent lover, ready to discover your signature scent style. It's just 5 quick, fun questions, and trust me, you're gonna love your result. Let's dive in. I'm ready. All right, so here we go. Oh, it has my name. I love it because it knows it's me. All right, if you could jet off anywhere right now, where would you be headed? I would be going to a garden villa in Tuscany. How about that? Ooh la la, that's cute. All right, what's your go-to comfort drink? Maybe sparkling water. Let's do that. I'm just trying to err in the direction of one of the campaigns that actually exists. All right, what instantly makes you feel good? I will say the smell of fresh laundry. Again, I'm trying to get it to do the clean one. We'll see. There it is. It gets it. And then which fabric speaks to your soul? I'm going to pick linen. Okay. In 3 words, how do you want people to feel when they're around you? Heard and respected. This is so cute and so interactive. Do you see how you guys could actually go in here and get this done today? Fresh and clean. There it is. Woo! All right. Excellent. Okay. Oh, look, book a scent session. Oh, I love it. Let's do it. Oh, this is so fun. Isn't this cool? All right, perfect. So I haven't set up the outcomes in this so that it would redirect me to booking, but that would be the option. Right now, it's offering to connect me directly to the account user or the account owner here. But what would be preferable here is if we go into outcomes and we edit each of these. And if this is all confusing to you, by the way, if you don't want to fool with, like, if you see all of this and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to deal with it, go back over here to create and say, I would like for all outcomes in chat to point to or to redirect to my booking link. And I have that in my AI settings. It might ask me what it is if it's unclear, which would be great. Yeah, it is asking me for it. So let me go grab it from over here in my booking types. Here, we'll just do this wellness consult. I'm going to click get link and I'll paste that in here. So again, if you don't feel confident or you feel overwhelmed at all at the idea of going in to like kind of micro configure and set up outcomes, understand that if you come over here and you tell this what you want, it will apply it for the most part, in the majority of cases to this. Now in the settings, I'm not sure how many things that it, if I tell it I want, to change the purple to something else, that might be something that you need to do. But yeah, it's really cool. And yes, Krishanda, the escalation pop-up is beautiful, right? I mean, I know we all understand how frustrating it is to, engage with something that's supposed to help us, and we just feel like we're hitting our head against a brick wall, right? Oh, love it. All right, so we now have 6 outcomes set up. Help me set up actions. Yeah, so for fresh and clean, this is where we can go in and so I can skip that. Where do I want them to go? So you see it actually entered that here for me. So we can really dial these in, right? So if you don't want it to say continue and you want it to say book my call, you can say that there, right? If you want to send them somewhere else, you can do that too. So lots of really cool options. So let's save this. And if we were to go back, you can always test this, right? So you can go and I'm going to refresh this page and start over. And you can start from scratch here. Isn't that cool? That's super exciting. All right. I've just done a whole lot of just sort of showing you what this is and how to set it up. But let's talk a little bit about some places that you can put it. And this actually isn't something that I have fooled around with a great deal until this very moment. But one thing that I did see earlier today is in our member area setup. You can come over here to personalization options. Is it at the member area level or is it just the vaults, Greg?
For the GPT pop-up?
Yeah.
Maybe I missed the member area setup if you're not finding it there, but
Let's see.
Because that's like are you looking for the sign up page or the login page or when they're logged in, like in the dashboard?
When they're logged in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably didn't add that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some folks might want it. I obviously think it's going to be more commonly something that we would want to have inside of a vault, right? Like that would be probably a better use. So for instance, if you are offering a resolution reset, if you have this vault or a vault like it, and you want to maybe train it to engage with them on an ongoing basis, a really great option here would be in a Young Living education space. So that one that I showed you guys at the outset, 100%, I would come down here. So you can now see this in vaults. Come down here to custom GPT settings, show a custom GPT. And then you would select the one. So obviously I'm not using a quiz here. I would be using that order builder helper. And this would be positioned inside of the vault itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in here. The button position I will put on the bottom right. And the button text, I will say, need help. And you can also auto open the chat after a delay if you want this to be something that people interact with. all the time, right? So if I go and I view the vault, you see that? You see this little guy right here? He pops up. Isn't that cool? So this can actually pop up automatically after a set period of time as well. So auto open after a delay, a certain number of seconds. And again, this is in your vault setup. When you scroll down past your content, there is a field here for custom GPT where you can actually plug in your little helper. So if I had, you know, a Young Living order builder helper that could live right down here in my vault, even I think if I'm in the chat, does it show up here too? No, I think that is, that's something that you would need to plug in, I think directly on that feature. So that's at the vault level. So I've saved that. Let's go into, I think this is everywhere in here. Yeah, so you can put this into, I'm gonna pop it in here into my chat room as well. So maybe they come into the chat room to be able to, maybe they want to be able to post something and they need help, but maybe there's something that they can't find, right? So now if I go from here inside of my vault where I have attached it, I can then go into my chat room and it's there too, right? I can put it onto pages, right? I can put it, and you could also connect into your classes as well. So just basically go anywhere you have, here's my class, right? There's nothing in here right now. But if I go to open this up, this is my class setup, and I scroll down, I can add custom GPT chatbot settings here too. I can connect my GPT here just like I did elsewhere. I can save my changes. And again, if I go over here to my class, it shows up here too, right? And you can connect different ones to different pages. And that's the really awesome sort of aspect of this, is that you can build multiples of these GPTs. They can show up exactly where you want them to go. And then also, importantly, if you want to add a custom GPT to this lesson, right? And maybe in this specific lesson, they need to be able to take a quiz and pass the quiz, right? And in order for them to be able to pass the quiz, they've got to answer the questions correctly, of course, the outcomes that you set up for that GPT. If the circumstances are met, maybe it unlocks the next lesson, right? So you can set this up as a true class in that sense, where you are quizzing someone. So if I go over here into this one, I think that's the one that I put it in, and I might just have it throughout. Yeah, it was in that first one, right? So imagine, for instance, if this lesson were locked, I would have to go in here and this would pop up at a certain point. I'd review this information. This would be locked. I would have to go in and answer a few questions, make sure that they're correct. And then the automation on the back end would unlock the next lesson. So this would then refresh, the next lesson would be open and I could proceed. It's really cool, right? All right, so more places we can put this. We can put these on website pages. So we can go into our page settings. And I actually haven't done this yet, Greg. It's under leads, right? Yeah, so under the leads tab, custom GPT, show a floating custom GPT at the bottom of the page. You can select yours just like you did before, select the positioning, name the label, choose whether or not to open it automatically. Now, an important thing to note as well is that these can be standalone pages too, right? So if you have a custom GPT, just to go down here to our content library, if you create this, you can copy the link and just send the quiz itself off to somebody that just looks like this, right? So it doesn't have to be embedded on a page. It can be a whole thing itself. I find this so interesting and so exciting, and I hope you guys do too. Let me know what you plan to make with this and what you want to learn how to do with this, because I am really excited to teach more of this stuff to you guys in the coming weeks. Clearly need to update the Young Living product catalog to include all of the balance and burn products, because currently the one that's published does not have it, and I think that that's going to be an important one to include. You've reviewed the individual's responses in your past actions in the contact card. So just like you would see them filling out a form, all of those details, you would get the record there. And as someone is live chatting, like I mentioned before, if they try to escalate to a conversation with you, you're going to get notified. And then you're able to go right over here in your contacts menu to GPT chats where you can then go and look at that offline scent style quiz. I can go in and engage with this directly.
Yeah, this shows all the live and the bot chats here, actually. You can filter with based on the tab. So if somebody just fills it out, it'll show up there too. But I think you escalated yours, so it just shows up the one.
Yeah, I think it was before it was like there automatically. Yeah, it's so neat. So you can actually go in and engage as yourself, right? So there's the quiz, and then you yourself can pop in as well. All right, let me see. Oh, yeah. So that I will report back. Maybe this is something we can talk about next week as it pertains to setting up a sort of order helper bot like I did today. Definitely the one that I created is not fully finished, namely because a lot of us are interested in really making sure that people know about balance and burn. And because that is not in the product catalog, I'll tell you what I did. And this, if this is confusing at all to you, don't worry. It's confusing to me too. I created a product library knowledge base, which basically what I did for this was I went to Young Living's website in our market that we're in, so in the US, and I downloaded the PDF product catalog, which is massive. It's 97 pages, right? And it's got hundreds of products in it, and it's a massive file. I had to compress the file. And then using a version of Claude that I pay $100 a month for, I then went in and asked it to basically pull all of the information out of that PDF and put that into a text file, which is smaller and just text. And then separately, I asked it to come up with like a guideline, rules, a prompt to be able to use to create the AI. And to create that, I downloaded and had it read all of Young Living's compliance published information, all of the PDFs, the policies and procedures, and all of the information that is published about loyalty rewards, as well as the link to the gift with purchase page. My hope is that perhaps in coming weeks, I might be able to share more of that with you as it is complete. But it is just, imagine being able to just go into your member area and your people are served, right? Okay, Renee had a question, and if it's here in the chat, and the chat is busy, so I'm missing it. Okay, could we pay for a downloadable resource of what you created? I will get back to you on that for sure. But yeah, just kind of walking you through the way that it was created is essentially you want to give it all the information that you can. And like I said before, this version that I built today is incomplete, but it is impressive in terms of what it was able to do. Let me see actually if I can pull up my Claude and show you what it was that I did. Yeah, here we go. So this is what I did. Open and read the attached PDF, transcribe its contents in a TXT file that lists each product shown and all included information. And then I had it, product name, item number, size or count, retail and wholesale prices, PV, and how much the PV number was, its description, and any how to use contents, etc. So this, you can actually Google Young Living product guide for your market. It's a PDF, you can download it. It's on Young Living's website. So basically I asked my AI to do that. Now I did use Opus Extended, and if you don't have like $100 or a month more size Claude, it's not going to happen. It's too big. In fact, I actually had to like grab pieces of this as it was happening, because even Claude at the level that I have purchased it does not like this as a single thing to do. Excuse me. Now the other thing that I asked it to do is to, let's see, oh no, that's different. Down here at the bottom, I attached additional documents. And so these are Young Living's policies and procedures, hot words, rules, and information about loyalty rewards. And so I just put that all into one place. And again, I'm just covering the bases. You just want to sit and really think about what you want somebody to know and what you want them to do with it, right? Because if you can give your chatbot that kind of comprehensive information, in this case, more is more, right? then you are able to have it just create something that's incredibly accurate and effective. I don't know that I would be able to do this for multiple markets. The amount of like my actual usage for Claude that it cost me just to do this today is kind of astronomical, unfortunately. I think if it's possible for you, and I haven't actually tried this, if we could ask corporate pretty please to provide us with a spreadsheet version, CSV, or some other non-PDF version of their product catalog, that would be the sweet spot, because the cost of generating something like that, like what I did today, it was a little ambitious, and it would be costly for me to go through and do that, both in terms of time and resource for all the different markets. So this was really just a test run for me, and I wanted to show you, just kind of demonstrate to you what's possible. And I think it's also very important, if you are going to be having your GPT make recommendations for people, that you are providing it with the most accurate information possible, right? And so, for instance, if you were to just ask a GPT of your choice what the PV was for a given product, it's probably going to hallucinate it and not get it right. So if I want to make sure that I am being absolutely correct with product recommendations, especially where PV and price points are concerned, and I want to make sure that I'm following compliance rules, it's going to be important that I'm incorporating those actual factual documents into the things that I'm using to train it, right? So yeah, this is just so cool. It's so cool. All right, let me see. Oh, and another thing that I would add if I was going to train my own is typically out of stock pages are static. Gift with purchase pages are static, meaning that link that says, here are the products that are out of stock right now and when we expect them to come back into stock, that's the same link every day of every year. Same with gift with purchase for your market. It's the same link every day of every year. So you can just give that to your AI and it can give that to the people that are looking for that information. So if they say, this product that I love is out of stock, when should I expect it back? It's not going to go read that, but it is going to say, here is the document where you can get that information, which is really cool. All right. Okay, let me see. Cornelia says, I'd like to finally create a self-evaluation wellness assessment. It gives suggestions which body system to support first, and then suggests a wellness box with a product recommendation. Guess I need to feed it first with the information and then 12 different email campaigns. Yeah. So if there are truly 12 different outcomes because you've got 12 different systems, then that would be a big undertaking. But man, it sounds like it would be really comprehensive and valuable, So, and just like you saw today, and just creating that scent quiz, you could then ask the bot that you trained, to do your quizzing, to give you a prompt to go build the campaigns. Nice hat, Greg. North Dakota in the house. Nice. All right. Is there a max number of files we can upload for the knowledge files? If not, can we break up big PDFs like this one into smaller sizes? So I think that it's one file, I think, that you add as your knowledge base, and it has a maximum size. So Greg, do you recall offhand?
I think you can attach more than one, but I think it's
okay.
like 5 megabytes total. But it takes the file and extracts the text from it and only saves that. So it should save you space. As long as you can get your original file under 5 meg, then it should work on there, and you can attach more than one, I believe.
Yeah, the Young Living product guide, and this was another part of the issue, that was what took the majority of my time, right? It wasn't setting up this bot. Within that hour, 40 minutes of it was waiting for Claude to finish processing and getting all of the text out of that PDF and organizing it into something that I could use. And that file itself, the Young Living product catalog, I had to compress it before I could even give it to Claude, because even Claude was like, this is too big. So yeah, if Young Living would be so kind as to give us a text-only version of the product catalog for our different markets, then this becomes something really compelling that we could use. So maybe if somebody knows what tree to shake to see if that fruit can fall, then we could absolutely get something cool done there. Another thing that I would recommend too is, if you're using something like Claude or ChatGPT, is to use it to build your knowledge base, right? Have it just be as concise as possible. give it all of those inputs. I mean, because basically what I did was I had all of that extraction happen with that text file of all of the products, their PV count, all of that kind of good stuff. And then I asked in a separate prompt with the compliance and other information for it to provide me with the knowledge base kind of guidelines that I then pasted into the same document with all of the products, right? So once I have that like done and correct with balance and burn products, then we might be, in a position where this is something that we could share, but it's not ready yet. But happy to, kind of talk you guys through what it looks like or rewatch the video to kind of explain the process. I'll reiterate real quickly, get the product guide for your market. You're gonna have to compress the file size, put it into your AI, ask it to come up with a text like TXT or an RTF, like a plain text output of just the products, their information, PV, etc. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take up most of your capacity for your AI. But once you have that, go back and prompt again using compliance rules, what loyalty rewards looks like for your market, gift with purchase, whatever your language is, etc. for that. Feed that in, tell it what you're planning to do. Then you combine those two outputs together. That's your knowledge base. And that's it. You can do that for any market. And that does require the use of a paid AI tool because there is nothing free that is going to be able, I mean, even the $20 a month Claude or ChatGPT wouldn't have done this, just the volume of processing. Like it put a serious dent in my $100 a month Claude. So, all right. We will be doing this again for Attractwell at 2 Eastern. In terms of templates that you start with, honestly, Donna Marie, just go open it up and tell it what you want. It will build the template that you want for what you want to do. Let me see, was there any other question before we get going? Definitely come back next week. We will be doing more of this and more very specifically for different use cases. Let me see. Claude is currently my preferred third-party AI tool, but the caveat there is that I generate a great deal more content than the average brand partner and for multiple voices, multiple businesses. And ChatGPT, it just wasn't doing it for me once I got beyond a certain point and scope of what I was working with. And I also just find Claude to be a better copywriter. But that said, I don't think that most people are me in terms of what they need to produce. So I think that either of them are fine. I think you can go a little farther with ChatGPT. Their paid plan, their $20 a month plan. Claude will cut you off sooner, but it will give you better writing. So you just kind of gotta decide, play around with them, see which one you like best. And either way, make sure you're in Momentum, guys. Momentum is open. The special early bird pricing ends tomorrow night. And I actually go into all of my AI, everything that I teach about how I generate content with AI, how I set up my AI. I do that in Momentum. So you might want to consider checking that out. It is a 3-month program where you get access to weekly calls, coaching calls, office hours, and all of the curriculum you need to run your business. And guys, it's for 3 months, it's the cost of like dinner for one, like at a cheap place. So let's go out and get this thing done. I really hope that you guys have fun with this. Tell us, go to our Facebook group, tell us what you're using this for, maybe share what you're creating. And if there's something that you'd like to learn how to make it do, and you want some help with that, that can help guide how we train on this in the future. So we appreciate you guys and look forward to seeing you next week. Till then, take care, everybody.